All right. So the last thing, number 3, is insurance and entities.
Yeah. So making sure you have the right entity structure for what you're doing in your business.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have rentals, they put it in an LLC. Check and make sure that is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Your situation might be different. It might make sense to look into something like trusts, or an S corp makes sense for some businesses versus an LLC. There's a lot of complexity to it, and I don't want to give blanket advice. So check with an attorney, explain what your business is currently, what your goals are, and they can help you get set up appropriately.
Right. The last thing you want to do is to own 50 houses and they're all in your personal name. We know people that have had 500 houses in their personal name. But what I'm saying is the last thing you want to do is get to a large portfolio and then, realize, oh, I needed to be safer, or I want extra security, and then have to go back and restructure.
Right.
The idea is you want to build it in the vision of the structure you want.
Right.
And that takes reaching out to real estate attorneys, reaching out to CPAs, and just getting their input on what have you seen other investors do? What kind of safety and security does it bring to their business? And how does that align with what I need?
Well, there's that, and making sure that you do it right. If you have an LLC, there are certain things you have to do for that LLC to hold in court.
Right.
And
especially like, breaking the corporate veil.
Right. So Veil Not Fail. I don't remember the guy's name that wrote it. It's a Rich Dad Advisor. Fantastic book. Highly recommend it to learn what you need to be doing.
So people may not understand what piercing the corporate veil means.
So it's setting up your LLC appropriately so that if you're sued, the LLC holds as a separate entity.
Yeah.
If they pierce the veil, which is really easy to do if you're not doing things the right way, then all of a sudden you don't even have an LLC, basically, from an asset protection side.
Yeah.
So his book teaches you what you need to know, but he also offers a service. So if you'd rather outsource it, they will help you make sure you're doing everything right.
So what's a quick example of piercing the corporate veil? Is it if I go and buy something on my personal card for the business?
Yeah, not keeping separate financials is part of it. Not having meeting notes. The books explains it all.
Yeah.
But if you don't treat it like a business and have a very defined separation between your personal and that business, they can basically say that you weren't acting like a business, and therefore that it's disregarded, basically.
Yeah.
So if you're using an LLC or any kind of entity as a protection, just make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah. So that book's called Veil Not Fail.
Yes.
Or Veil.
Garrett Sutton, I think.
Okay.
Veil Not Fail.
We will get that into the show notes.
Yeah.
Be sure to check that.
Absolutely.